Welcome to PenTellectual Conversations. You've just stepped into a space where the mind meets the soul. A place where poetry and conversation collab to form a silky, smooth vibe that flows like smooth jazz. Dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy. So pour your favorite drink, light one up if that's your rhythm, and let the world outside melt away. So sit back, relax, and let's get into tonight's hot topic.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of PenTellectual Conversations. I am your host, Paul Cram the Poet, proof a woman can raise a man. Yeah, and the appearance is a little bit different. I kind of had to do some things with the locks, man. Don't worry, they'll be back. Just give me some time. For those of you in the Byron, Georgia area and you looking for a barber, man, make sure y'all hit up Jay the Barber on 1138 Watson Boulevard, Warren Robins, Georgia. That's who hooked me up. So, yes, souls, I cut my hair, bro. All right. So, tonight's episode is going to be a little bit different. PenTellectual Conversation is definitely for the poets, definitely for the artists, man. But not all poets are just poets. Not all writers are poets. Sometimes you got people who write novels, they write books, and all other types of things. So tonight we're going to feature those artists. So our very first guest tonight. Oh, yeah. Our very first guest tonight is my little brother from the Honey Drippers. Everybody knowing that boy stay on fire. So we're going to introduce Mr. Pyro to the stage. Let's get it. Ooh, that boy got on them glasses looking like a state trooper and shit.
Nah, it's Professor Pyro today. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Professor Pyro, you know?
All right, bro. So tell me a little bit about the book before we get into the meat of this situation.
Yeah, so this project, God Still Loves the Messy Parts. It's very vulnerable, very personal. It's me getting back to God. I went through a crazy 2023, 2024, and went through some things in 2025 that only people that know. And I just found my way back to God. And I really realized, God, he loves you when you're, when you're okay, when everything's going good. But he also loves the messy parts of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this project really just took me on a different level with my writing, with people not only seeing the growth and the maturity of me, but also seeing the vulnerability of me as creative. So yeah, I usually get like that smooth Pyro, but this is where it's like Pyro and Trey had a conversation and they just put something crazy together. So this entire book is just, I think it's my best body of work, especially about God. Like, this is my best body of work.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, so we're going to give you 5 minutes to read us an excerpt from your book and let everybody know why they should purchase this. And when you finish, let us know where you can find it.
Heard you. Let's get it.
Mike is yours.
All right. So this poem is called Need for God. If you ever needed God, the time is not next week. The time is not after the dust settles. The time is not when you feel holy enough to be noticed. The time is now. Now when your faith feels like loose change rattling in a jar too small to pay the rent of your peace. Now when your prayers sound like you're calling from underground and you don't even know if heaven has cell phone service in this zip code, seek him now while your heart still remembers the rhythm of breaking, while you can still tell the difference between the sounding of falling apart and the sound of falling to your knees. Now when the wolves are pacing outside your door and anxiety sleeps in the same bed as you, when the silence of God feels louder than the noise of your enemies, when hope is on the IV drip and you're the one holding to the plug, don't wait. until the choir stops singing. Don't wait until the church pews are empty and the sanctuary smells like yesterday's faith. Don't wait until your tears turn into concrete and you forget how to cry in his direction. Seek him now before the storm convinces you it has no ending. Before the valley convinces you there's no such thing as a mountain. Before the mirror tells you you've too far gone to be called child again. I know. You thought you had more time. You thought grace was a subscription you could renew. You thought the invitation to the throne had no expiration date, but some doors only swing open when you run toward them with nothing in your hands but need. If you ever needed God, it's now. Now, when you feel like the only thing you swore you couldn't live without, when your soul feels like a tenant in foreclosure, when you've been living in the wilderness so long you forgot how milk and honey taste, seek him while your knees still work, while your mouth still knows his name, while the enemy still thinks you're too weak to call for help. Seek him like you're drowning. Seek him like you're bleeding out. Seek him like every last breath after this one might be a last, because there is a God who could part the Red Sea in your chest, who could write forgiven on the tombstone of your forgiveness, who could turn the wolves into witnesses, the grave into a garden, the fire into light. If you ever needed God, don't wait for Sunday. Don't wait for a title. Don't wait for your life to look worthy of his presence. Seek him now, and when you do, you'll hear it. That sound like the sky cracking open, like the father running down the road, arms wide enough to erase the distance between you and home. And you'll know he didn't just hear you. He came for you. He stepped into your fire, into your flood, into your midnight, and carried you out in the light of his own heartbeat. So don't hesitate. Don't negotiate. Don't try to fix yourself before you come, because if you ever needed God, you need him right now. And right now is exactly where he plans to meet you. Loaded. And that's it.
Bet. Oh man. All right. So this book, so you wrote this book. It's a book of poems. So explain exactly what the book is, and then let everybody know where they can find your book and where they can follow you.
Yeah, so this book is called God Still Loves the Messy Parts. It is Pyro / Trey / King David and I, having a whole conversation, putting this whole thing together. If you guys really need like that uplifting, some poetry that'll get you through the day, the week, the month, the year, something that you can relate to and connect to, something that requires you to be vulnerable, this is the project that's for you. It's available on Amazon.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Pyro the Great. That's PYROTHAGREAT. Because when nothing else works, be Pyro, be fire. And yeah, tap in with me. I got some other things coming in the chamber too.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Brody. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and put you down for the second.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the show, man. All right. So coming to the stage, we have our next guest. Is an author by the name of G.E. Moore. Everybody give a good hand clap for G.E. Moore, man. G.E. Moore?
Yo.
Oh. Can y'all hear me?
There we go. I can hear me. I can hear you.
All right. So what inspired the book? How do you say it?
Beals,
Prince of the South Side.
Yeah.
What inspired
this book? I wrote this book specifically for my son. This was I started writing this book probably about 8 years ago or so, and I wanted to create some characters and some situations and some adventure that featured main characters that look like him, that he can relate to, growing up and going through the same hardships, same trials, tribulations, living in the same environment that he was growing up in. So I wanted him to find familiarity in something. I wanted to interest him in this story.
I like that. All right. So, all right, brother. We got 5 minutes to let everybody know why they should purchase and find your book. At this moment in time, the mic is yours.
All right, right on. This is chapter 7. For most of his 12 years, Beals had been taught he is nothing special, but he is just like all the other kids in the neighborhood that make up the entirety of his world. Most everyone around him pitched in to drive home the point. Miss Penny let him know he wasn't special. The older, meaner foster kids who shuffled endlessly through the apartment, they let him know with harsh words and fists and feet. He isn't special. The teachers at school, the cops around where he lived, the foreigners who own all of the essential businesses on his block, and the news announcers who droned on ceaselessly in the background while Miss Penny cleaned up following a raucous night of gambling and drinking. They all let Beals know he is nothing special. His mother, though, always told him otherwise. She always told him he is special. It was nice to hear, and he really wanted to believe her. But like most kids, at least where he is from, he's had to learn the truth soon enough. There's nothing so special about helping his mom, doped to the gills on psychotropics, get into bed, or checking on Miss Penny's younger brother, Tony Tone, when she goes to bingo, making sure he doesn't pass out with a needle stuck in his arm and bleed out all over the sofa again. Nor learning to pace himself on a school night while watching a puking, pooping, emergency placement baby whose name he doesn't even remember, while the grown folks celebrate drunkenly in the next room. Beals had learned necessarily to become proficient at such things. Changing diapers soon after having to wear diapers is commonplace enough on the South Side. At least it is for the likes of him and the thousands more like him, crammed into similar spaces, living under similar circumstances. Now he understands. Outside of the commonplace for a 12-year-old foster kid, his experience, though, his journey, has been quite different from those around him. It was always easy enough to chalk his quirkiness, his penchant for staring into empty spaces, answering unasked questions, or marveling stupidly at the beautifully colored ore which linger around some people's heads, to an overactive imagination. Maybe it was just expected of him because of his mother. But all that stuff had seemed real to Beals, and just as important, not really that big of a deal. Like the time in the alley a couple buildings down from Miss Penny's when he'd come across a dead body, an old bag lady who'd been out in the cold for too long. She had obviously been dead for some time when she spoke to him, sang to him, really, a sad song, a lament for a cherished yet difficult life. She sang his name, except it was something he could not quite understand, and addressed him as my young lord. She thanked him for listening to her song and said goodbye before he saw a mist, like a wispy breath in the chilly morning air, steam up and out of her body. Considering this now, Beals wonders at how he just accepted it for what it was. He didn't think it was so unusual, or even the least bit scary. He had listened politely because he thought that's what he should have done, out of respect. Of course, he kept stuff like this to himself, lest he be subjected to another round of therapy to convince him of his imaginative brilliance and how it is a perfectly normal escape and, sadly, an understandable reaction to life in such a traumatic environment. How none of it is real, not so special. Now, holding his mother's hand as she leads him hesitantly towards the edge of the clearing at the base of the hill on which they'd arrived in the Encata, strolling through the shin-high flowers that cover the valley floor, Beals marvels at just how easily it is to adjust to a new reality. It is much easier to accept, since it has been peeking out at him from the whole time, showing itself through the cracks. Looking up at his mother, he can't help but wonder at just how right she had been. They're in a whole new world. And Beals thinks, it is pretty damn special. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get that book. Like, cause I've already just got up in it. So, writing this book, like, did it feel like a relief for me? Anything? Like, was it a healing thing for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And for me, altogether, writing is a healing process. So whether I'm writing poetry or short stories, or whether I'm working on a novel, whatever it is, writing for me is a healing process as it is. So the first step is for me to write for myself. So this is for me. This is about me healing and finding something in myself.
Man, that's dope. Like I've always, I want to sit back and write a book, and I gotta stop telling myself that I can't. So
Yeah.
like listening to y'all so far, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is a sign. I get like Dora just said, I understand the assignment. Let me
Yeah.
go ahead and get to it. Get to it.
You know, that's how it started with me. The process, it intimidated me at first. So it took me a long time before I was comfortable with doing it. And even when I was writing, I was learning how to write a book while I was writing a book. So, you know, I just
Mm,
had to dive in.
bet. Well, tell everybody where they can find your book and where they can follow you and follow your pen.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can. I got a website. You can go to my website, gemorethewriter.com. That's gemorethewriter.com, and you can find links to all of my social medias. You can find links to my books and some of my artwork. And I'm also an artist. So yeah, you can keep up with me on there. gemorethewriter.com.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. We about to see you backstage real quick. Stay here because I'm gonna bring everybody back. Oh man, yeah, Dara. I think you're right. I understand the assignment. I'm gonna have to buy some more books, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and get started on mine, man. So coming to the stage next, I've been looking forward to this one right here. I love this woman with absolute passion. Like I love this lady. She is known as Midnight to some. She is known to Renaissance as other. To Pyro, she's known as Grandma, which I don't know if I'm okay with that. I don't think I want him calling her that, but I'm okay. I guess I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide for now. But everybody, please welcome to the stage, Midnight.
Good
You
evening,
can't just
Paul.
be adopting people. Oh yeah, Dara loves you.
That's my twin. We're birthday twins.
You know, but- All right. Well, wait a minute. She'd have got happy with the button. All right, Michelle, aka Midnight, aka Renaissance, aka the Computer Lady. You wear a lot of hats and a lot of titles. But tonight we're going to talk about the
Yes.
title of Arthur. So your book tonight is The Mommy Readers Collection. Tell us a
So
little
that's
bit
the
about
series.
that's a series. All right, tell us about it a little
Right.
bit.
I write about smart mommies that teach their children STEM. And this book is an award-winning book called Mommy, What is an Entrepreneur? And I'm gifting it free. It's an ebook. Anybody, anywhere in the world can get it as long as they have a computer.
I got a phone. That'll work too.
That'll work too.
God damn it. I'm going to get me a free book. Now, before we continue, and don't laugh at me because, that's what everybody else do. When you say STEM, I know what I'm thinking about ain't what it is. So explain STEM.
Science, technology, engineering, and math. I write high level to children. So I
I
write
would
about the
never.
different sciences, but I write it in rhyming poems so they can understand it, they can learn it, read it. And a lot of times, because it's a picture book, mom and dad read to the kids and then they start reading back to mom and dad. And that's how the
Wow.
learning is very effective.
Now that's dope. I wish I had that growing up, but I was too busy trying to find my grandpa's Playboy magazines and shit instead of trying to learn something. I learned some shit, but I ain't learned the right shit. But but we're gonna give you your 5 minutes to read an excerpt from your book, and we come back. We'll talk about it a little bit. The mic
Sounds
is
good.
yours.
Mommy, mommy, there's a new word I see. It's hard to pronounce for a little kid like me. It's a big word. Will you help me break it down? Mommy, what is an ENTREPRENEUR? How does that sound? Julie, Let's look in the dictionary for this word you see. The word entrepreneur starts with the letter E. Mommy, I looked to the page and found the letter E. Then I looked for the letter N and afterwards the letter T. I see the word entree, which is a delicious dish to eat. I have to continue my word lookup until I have it beat. Mommy, I found this word and this is what it said. Entrepreneur is a noun and it's broken down like this: entrepreneur. This is how it sounded out: entrepreneur, with this word origin in French. Entrepreneurs are men and or women who organize, manages, and assumes the risk of a business or enterprise for financial freedom or to become rich. Mommy, now I understand and see this is what you and daddy do, and it's how you take care of me. Julie, that is correct. We own a business and we have some real estate too. Because of good financial planning, we have residual income. Woo-hoo. Okay, mommy, the residual income part I don't understand. I hear it makes you happy, so explain to me the plan. Let me see if I can explain it in simple terms you will understand. Residual income is made from investments in a product like our rental properties real estate. Yes, me and your daddy had a plan. We purchased old houses and we rehabilitated the land. Then we find kind working people that needed a place to live, and they give us a monthly payment so they can have a space to call home. Yes, for these good folks, a place to rent. Now you see daddy working in his office on the computer early in the morning time. He invests a portion of the real estate income trading stocks online. He has built a portfolio of stocks and options that will produce residual income over time. Now, Julie, there's a more personal way to help you see. Remember early this summer, you had a lemonade stand? Yes, mommy, I remember. You and daddy helped make it grand. You helped me with the signs and the lemonade recipe. Daddy let me use his pop-up tent to help and cover me. The money I made, you let me keep and showed me how to budget and plan. You helped me open up a savings account for my future business plans. So you see, little Julie, you knew it all the time. The word and spirit of an entrepreneur is in our bloodline. Now let's think about other entrepreneurs we have seen. Bill Gates, who founded Microsoft, and how about Warren Buffett, a real estate tycoon too. Robert F. Smith, an engineer and philanthropist, and there is Madam C.J. Walker, the first Black female millionaire. Yes, she was an entrepreneur too. Let's not forget about Oprah Winfrey, the first Black woman to own and run a TV network. Tyler Perry is the first Black man to open his own film studio in the Atlanta framework. Mommy, how many more can you name? I love this entrepreneur name game. And we're going to stop right there for now, but everybody can get this book for free. tmtrcquest.com/ebook.
You named some shit that I ain't know nothing about, and I'm grown as hell. Like I need to read this book for myself. I see that now. I need to read this book for myself. So what brought on the concept of the idea to do a book like this? This is a very different type of idea, and I really, really like it.
Well, my first book was Mommy Is a Computer Smarter Than Me? And I wrote that when I was battling breast cancer. And I was at a business conference. And you might know this person, JT Fox. He's like, I showed him my book and it's like, oh, no one's reading books. I said, well, kids are reading books. And his assistant, Christine, she's like, and kids need to read books. And so he was like, well, you should do something about entrepreneurship. And I wrote the book while I was at the conference.
The whole book?
The whole book. and it's an award winner. I won the Distinguished Authors Guild Award for it. And my goal this year is to give away literally a few million copies of it. That's why everybody can get it free, because I want our children to think about working for themselves instead of other folks.
Now that is a great thing to teach our children, man. Great thing to teach our children. Please tell us one more time where they can find this book, and also let them know where they can follow you.
All right. The book is on my website. That is the Mommy Readers Collection. That's T as in the, M as in mommy, C. T as in the, M as in mommy, RCUS.com/ebook. And you can get it free. As you can see behind me, Mommy, What is an Entrepreneur? And later on, we'll put it in the chat. Also, you can find me on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel called The Importance and Power of Reading. You can find it there. Also, I'm reading as a storytime reader. So I'm on TikTok. Anywhere you want to go, I'm Facebook. I'm there. The Mommy Readers Collection is there. But for me, the dream is making sure our children read and read early, because if children aren't reading by the third grade, they have a chance of living in poverty or going to prison. And we can stop that just by making sure that they have good books to read.
Thank you for finding time to come out today too, man. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on, so I appreciate you making time for it.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna drop you down real quick. All right, so before we continue, we're gonna take a short sponsorship break. If we can bring up the sponsor page real quick. Tonight's episode is being sponsored by a few. Also, before we go, let's start here. Sensual Saturdays for those of you that will be in the Atlanta area. Make sure you make your way to 338 West Peachtree Street Northwest. $20 early bird, $50 VIP, $25 at the door. Our very own Mahogany Soul out the Honey Drippers will be the feature. Spotlight artist will be Walking Erotica and hosted by the incredible Jay Simone. The theme is sundresses and suspenders. So make sure y'all come out there ready, hot to impress, and prepare to hear some of the most sensual poetry in the land. Next, we also have our sponsors. We got Daisy Beats, who does the theme music for us. We have Natasha Inspired Crafts and Events. You will see her website right there, www.natashainspired.com. That's our very own Yoshi. If you need damn near anything printed, as far as shirts and things of that nature, Yoshi's who you go to. Like all the flyers that you see from this show, telling y'all now, I don't do them. Yoshi does all of these amazing flyers. She has a different type of talent. So hit her up for all your needs like that. And also Coastal Sunflowers Body Scrubs at the.com to get you some. My homegirl Poppy, aka Keynotes. She's running that thing over there, man. I've tested those products, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in love. I can't wait to order some more. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we got Poppy's Poetry Corner. Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday, August 27th. Again, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, hosted by my good buddy, my good friend, my sister, the person that I rocked that Orange County suit for, Poppy, aka Keynotes, aka Caffeine. Love it to death. Add the .com to get you some. I love her. All right. So now we're getting ready to get into some music real quick. Tonight we have, let me see if I got his name. We got OTB J-Mo with This One's For You, or This Is For You. And let's see how y'all feel about it. So let's get it popping.
Damn, put this shit tight.
When you a lumber, turn this on.
this one for you. You the baddest, you the one, baby, you not the two. They say young love won't prevail, well, baby, we live and prove. She like her nails and makeup done, I like her natural. Taking trips out to Japan, we shop soon as we land. Homebody, she hate outside, rather be with her man. She hate when I with my friends come home going off them Zans. I love when she say my man throw bands to make her dance. These hoes don't stand a chance, Rachel's yeah, she a 10. She the baddest bitch alive, on God, boy, I'm not playing. I'm crashing out over my bitch, you can't even shake her hand. And that little shit had her wet, she told me take a man. When you alone, babe, turn this on, I made this one for you. You the baddest, you the one, baby, you not the two. They say young love won't prevail, well, baby, we live and prove. She like her nails and makeup done, I like her natural. She know the lyrics to my songs, yeah, she my biggest fan. Took my girl out to the beach, her toes deep in the sand. Call me, babe, if you can. Ain't chasing, I got bands. Hardcore still hold your hand. Ball diamonds to watch them dance. I love you, girl, I ain't playing. I wanna be your man, no longer your friend. Baby, let's make some bands. Baby, let's make some bands, and we can make some more. I buy y'all go coast to coast. Yo, love what I'm feeling for. When you alone, babe, turn this on, I made this one for you. You the baddest, you the one, baby, you not the two. They say young love won't prevail, well, baby, we live and prove. She like her nails and makeup done, I like her natural.
All right, that was OTB J-Mo with This One's For You. And if you are interested in being a guest on PenTellectual Conversations as the hot topic, if you have music that you would like PenTellectual Conversations to promote, if you're looking for PenTellectual Conversation merch, where's the, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find, there we go. PenTellectual Conversation merch. Man, hit the QR code. There's a link. It's going to take you to the link tree, and all of that is there. So for the hot topic, there's a form. For the music, there's a form. Fill that out, and you may be the next hot topic. So let's continue on with the show. Who do we have up next? I do believe that it is the beautiful Miss Lady. Everybody, welcome Miss Lady to the show.
Oh, I'm beautiful. Thank you. You just made my
You didn't know that?
You made my whole week. Sometimes we gotta hear.
Oh, you supposed to know that when you woke up this morning. You knew you was bad as shit when you woke up.
Girls gotta hear it. I'm a press rewind on this one.
All right, so we have, you see, you're the author of Trauma Grammar. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the book is called Trauma Grammar, and most poetry books end when you close the cover, but that's where this one begins. So this is not just for people who are healing from trauma, although it's good for you too. It's for anyone who's ever had language turned against them in a relationship, in a courtroom, in their own head. It adapts to you. Think of it as a choose your own version. We can't use that other word. Book. And wherever you're at in the process, you're ready to call that person, whether it's a family member, friend, ex-lover, pick the book up. There's a spot in there for you to go to that will actually help you get through that. There are affirmations, not the stale ones that we got going on now. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but just saying, rituals, okay, along with the beautiful affirmations that will actually meld to you. They will be a part of you, because I mean, yes, I am worthy, I am loved, I am, I mean, we've said it so much that it's lost its meaning. So wherever you're at in your journey, there's a piece that meets you there.
That's what's up. All right, I'm really looking forward to this beautiful Miss Lady. So we're gonna give you your 5 minutes, and I'm gonna release myself from the stage. The mic
Give
is
me my
yours.
5. All right. Well, I didn't just write trauma grammar from theory. I've spent about 25 years in the field as a social worker. Don't do the math for my age. It's that I still look good though, right? All right. I've been walking with survivors, families, and communities, and I also wrote it as a survivor myself. I know exactly what it is like to have your very words stolen, twisted, and erased, and that is why I built this book as both testimony and tool. So trauma grammar is alive. It doesn't just give you poems, it gives you affirmations, like I said, not sugar-coated, but ritualized forensic affirmations. Yeah, forensic. We're going to use big words. So I'm going to give you a piece. Yeah. And this piece is called I Speak in Aftermath. And it's new to you, but it's old for the book. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. I speak in aftermath. Aftermath walks in like incense, opens like a blue note bent sharp, a riff unresolved, thick on the tongue. Aftermath sliding smoky through the lungs, hanging in the room like a cord that refuses to release. I speak in aftermath. My throat, a saxophone, my mouth, trumpet, split open, every line, a bent chord progression, spiraling like sandalwood into rafters, seducing even the air into listening. Every attempt to silence me only tuned my throat sharper. I speak in aftermath. For the ones who rehearsed their truths in mirrors, for the ones who learned the taste of iron each time they swallowed fear, for the ones fluent in vanishing who are ready to return. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. I speak in aftermath. Language drafted, the battlefield trauma composed, the bass note reclamation leans in as the refrain, a top note rising sharp, perfume of sage and clove, saturating silence until it sings. I speak in aftermath. With vowels vibrating like midnight bells, consonants colliding like cymbals, with syllables swinging like incense and procession, marking every witness as claimed. Aftermath is written across constellations, a grammar the sky refuses to erase. Choose a word. Let it rest on your tongue. Taste it like amber oil. Let it rise like smoke. When you wake tomorrow, it will still be there. It will speak for you as much as you speak it. That is aftermath. I speak in aftermath. You will too. We will too. And even the air will testify. And I'm feeling good. Listen, even when I stop, it will keep speaking. I speak in aftermath. Thank you.
I wish I knew how to play an instrument. So as soon as I heard it, I just want to go dun, 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 dun. Like
You will
So-
feel like dancing when you read the book. I'm just gonna put that out there.
So you said 25 years in social work, and that's pretty much what inspired the book. So what results from people reading this book have you heard? Like, what feedback have you received from people? I know it's helped a lot because it's
Well,
gonna help me.
I've been giving pieces of it for the last 6 months. It comes out this fall, and there are agencies. I'm so excited. Like God is really smiling down on us. There are agencies who work with families who've been first in line on the waiting list for the book. They're going to use it with their families. So I'm really excited to see how many people this helps to heal. This is all about reclaiming language. And Angel Kim is also my partner for the publishing company that we have started. All right, let's go. And it's all together. So we're really looking to help people reshape language. We're helping to get them to start their own new rituals, especially with what's going on today. And I think that when you look at a book that you can pick up, regardless of where you're at in your process, that if you 6 months from now you're feeling that way again, you can go back to that page and it'll feel familiar, but you can do new things with it. So that's what I was striving to create, and I'm so excited that I'll be able to share it with you all this fall. It will be available on my website, and all of that stuff will be coming. And look out, because in a few days we're finally unveiling that platform I was telling y'all about. So excited.
All right, who is Yo? All right. I didn't know what that was. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. That was weird. All right. So, real quick, Miss Lady, excuse me. Real quick, beautiful Miss Lady.
Oh.
Can you please inform everybody where they can follow your pen so that they can follow your other works?
Sure. Instagram, it's underscore Miss MISS _lady. You can check me out there, and yeah, we can vibe. I don't live online though, so don't get mad if slow returning messages. It's not you, it's me.
No doubt. Thank you for that disclaimer, Miss Patty. Okay. All right,
Thank
we're
you
gonna
for
bring you
having
back.
me.
No problem, no problem. Stick around. I'm gonna bring everybody up in just a moment. All right. So continuing on with this. I have no idea what this yo was. I'm sure somebody will explain it to me later. But let's continue on. So coming to the stage next is my brother. Man, we both graduated with the anthology. Letting y'all know right now. Don't matter what was before us, don't matter what's after us. Anthology is what it is. Yep, I said it just like that. Anybody got an issue with it, talk to me later. Everybody, please welcome to the stage Adonis, aka Quiet Storm. What's good? You know it.
Going on?
Anthology, baby.
What's going on? Oh man, we here.
I'm gonna get cussed out real bad. Watch.
They'll be
I'm
all right.
gonna get cussed out.
I'll be cursed out with. You can't beat the both
What's
of us.
up?
You can't beat either
All
one
right.
of us.
All right, homie. So you are the author of Reflections of a Hopeless Creative.
Yep.
Explain the book for us a little bit.
So this is my third book. It's the second part to my two-part collection, Confessions of a Hopeless Creative and the Reflections of a Hopeless Creative. Sorry, got a little buffering thing right there. I couldn't find a clean picture of it. But this book is just a combination of all my of me going through, just my journey through mental health as a Black man and trying to discover myself or rediscover myself. So it's a creative journey for myself and really just a reflection and things like that. So
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Well, all right, bro. You got 5 minutes to let us know why they should purchase this book. The mic is yours.
ain't no time for 5 minutes, but I got y'all. The sweet sound of songbirds used to wake me up in the morning to start my day. Now, I am tortured by the silence as they are replaced by the eerie night. Misplaced hate and treacherous felines hunt them like livestock to the slaughter. Death becomes the mockingbird's only exit for the torture they face in life. Running around, hunted by their own oppressors, downing on their flesh alive as they wither away and their songs become cries like sirens screaming cacophonies that numb our minds. See, to kill a mockingbird is a sin. But here I am with my amigos. Here I am stuck in this casa with my amigos, attempting to drown our sorrows in this bottle, thinking intoxication is the only way to quell our raging hearts in this sick game called life. Unhinged in our own self-destruction, we pour into empty cups, drowning in misery. Auspicious is what we think we are, yet these fleeting moments of success only last in bursts that die out faster than we expect them. Is chased with voracity. Vehement cries for sanity while losing vigor in each moment of our lives in vicious cycles of destruction, dooming us to fate, staring down barrows leading to early graves. Ostracized through hurts, thinking these tequila shots will offset this pain, only for it to expedite our takeoff into losing everything. See, to kill a mockingbird is a sin. And every day innocent Black men are murdered out of rage, fear, and actions taken by small whims. Innocence drained as we lose our ability to sing hymns. The sweet sounds we chirp become the screams when cries when we die, running away from these unjust systems. Darkness travels, even those that survive the night are only targets, especially when they fight the very constructs that lies down and to drown our lives. Our ballads are turned by rhythms by people to make their own beats hidden in plain sight. We are misunderstood giants that have been denied the ability to speak freely, only blinded by the guise of everyone else's interpretation of our light. So here we are, taking pieces out of our world. Oh, how we used to love the way the mockingbirds sing. But when their voices become too loud, we suddenly clip their wings. This is the slow death. Be it by, we may butter it up as justice, slap it onto a label, but no matter what we do, to kill a king is a sin. Sincerely, thank you. That was that.
So, man, all right. So I know with writing this book, I know you said it was, for healing of Black men that going through mental health and things of that nature. So I want to be first to say thank you. It's a lot of times us as Black men, we deal with mental health issues and we really don't have those outlets. It's whether it's by our way we were raised or anything like that. So for you to be as open and candid about your emotions, man, I want to say thank you first and foremost for that. Secondly, how healing was that for you to put this book out?
I honestly cried a lot. I cried so much because it really was me closing the chapter of a long story in my life of chasing things that didn't want me, chasing rejection, trying to heal from the fact that my parents didn't love me the way I needed it to be, trying to run away, trying to chase the feeling of being accepted from people who couldn't see me. And as Black men, for ourselves, we struggle with so many different things when it comes to acceptance and being ourselves. So for me to be that vulnerable and understand who I was and share it with the world, it meant so much to me because I got an opportunity to impact others, but also share my life story. So it's a lifelong journey. I'm still working on that. I might write another book about it. What is the other side look like? But for me, it was like I needed it, and I know like my brothers needed it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a journey, and it feels so good to let it all out.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. Tell everybody where they can find this book and of your other works and where they can follow your pen on all social media.
Gotcha. So you could get all these books on Amazon. You just have to look up the title and everything. You could also hit me up. Right now I don't have any copies, but I'm going to be reading up pretty soon, probably sometime next year. I got a lot of things on the table. But you can find me on IG at sincerely_Donnie, or you can find Lucid Voices Movement at Lucid Voices Movement. That's the name of my brand. That's the name of my business. We do open mics in Albany. Trying to get Paul Cran up there at some point. He will. But yeah, the drip has been up there. Hopefully everybody else get up there. I'm loving the hair too. I'm not cutting mine, but I'm loving the hair. You know what I'm saying? This is safe, but you look good. You look good.
I'm gonna grow it back. I'm gonna grow it back. It was, I had some things that needed to work out with it. New beginnings. Let's just leave it like that. New beginnings.
Good job. You know what I'm saying? Release all that energy. I feel you. Thank you for
happy early birthday, man. I know you celebrating a solar return tomorrow, man. So do your thing. Enjoy yourself. Don't get too drunk. But at the same time, get as fucked up as possible.
It's too late. I was like, last weekend. I'm about to do it again. I'm gonna take one.
All right, bro. So we're gonna send you backstage real quick. All right. So we have one more artist who was reluctant to come up here, and I'm just gonna bring her up here anyway. And if she don't hit the button for herself, I'm gonna hit the button for her. We have part of the PenTellectual squad, our social and stage manager, the community poet, aka the poetic sadist. All y'all can't say that. The anthology can say that, and you can say it with permission. But she's also known as my motherfucking best friend, Miss Dara Kalima. Everybody, please welcome her to the stage.
I'm here.
You think we was gonna have a show talking about authors and books, and you part of the team and wasn't gonna promote you? You think it was gonna happen? You thought it was gonna happen?
I was trying to make sure everyone had space to do their thing. When you stay in the background.
I wouldn't have gave a damn. You was getting up here and like that was not gonna happen. So please tell us about It's Abnormal to Ban Poetry. Tell us a little bit about it.
So my book, It's Abnormal to Ban Poetry, came out July 4th, which is almost like It wasn't planned that way, but that's kind of perfect given that society is just completely abnormal. So the title is a statement. That's the whole point. The title is a statement. And so it's about, identifying the things that are wrong with the society. Is most of the work in the book, minus I think one poem, was written since the pandemic. So meaning since the pandemic started. And so it's all newer work. It is really me just saying like, yo, this is crazy. And the normal you used to think was normal wasn't normal in the first place. And then y'all rush back to that normal, and that is completely abnormal. We had a huge planet-wide traumatic experience. And most people didn't deal with it past the moment that you could go back outside. So there's a lot of people moving around with a lot of crazy happening, and they're just like crazying up on everybody else. So my purpose of my book was to call out the abnormal, to say that this whole time period is insane, and we need to try to hopefully find a new normal.
Cool. Well, you've been hitting the buttons all night, so you know how it goes. You have 5. Did y'all see the book? I got the book already. So y'all got to get the book too. So we got 5 minutes to go ahead and read an excerpt from your book and let everybody know once again where they can find it. The mic is yours.
Cool. Awesome. So it's really hard being on the stage and manipulating stuff. I just want to put that out there. So this is my book. It is Abnormal to Ban Poetry. Ignore that line because it is you can get it now. You can get it out in the world. You can get it on my website. Don't get it on my website unless you don't want it immediately. I'm just going to tell you that. If you're patient, then you can get it on my website. Otherwise, don't. But I'm going to read you a poem that we discovered. I mean, this is one of my favorite poems, and I was trying to get it published. And nobody was picking this poem up. And I think it hit the wrong time. Like if it came earlier or if it came later, it would have gotten picked up, but it just landed in the wrong time period for it to be picked up. So I was like, bet, I'm going to put it out there myself. But because when I wrote it, I knew it was an important poem. And so I held on to it. I didn't show it to many people. And then I went to a book fair, the New York City Poetry Festival. And me and my roommate are there talking. My roommate tells people, read page 21. I think it's page 21. I just flipped away from it. But whatever page it was, we kept telling people, no, that's the page you need to go to. And I will tell you, this poem made somebody cry. It is page 27, not 21. But it made somebody cry when she read it. So, not saying I'm going to make y'all cry. And you're going to have to handle the comments, sir, because I can't handle comments right now. Coffee and bagel. You start your day with a steaming cup of espresso. Extra strong and perfectly sweet, just how you like it, with your low-fat yogurt and your toasted everything bagel from that artisanal place just up the street. With a nice helping of lox and scallion cream cheese, ready for you to daintily bite, with taste buds tingling from delight, as if this feast wasn't a standard for you. Like you didn't just have it yesterday and will not have more tomorrow. Ooh, I keep losing my lines. Tomorrow, run that back. As if this wasn't standard for you, like you didn't have it yesterday and will not have more tomorrow. The delight really is in the ease of the morning, as you look out your floor to ceiling windows with a view of the river and the skyline on the other side. Your favorite song serenading you, courtesy of Alexa, who caters to your every whim and want. What a marvelous start to the day that has everything you could hope for in store. You take small bites, chew 30 times as charm school taught you when you were a debutante, and the food flows slowly down your pristine esophagus, which is something that Eric and George and 70 others will never again experience because their throats were caught in a hole that made it non-functional, their existence non-viable to you vital life signs undetectable because of a legalized murder, probably done because you called about the man with the cigarettes or the water bottles or that funny look or one that was bird watching or doing their delivery job. But don't you fret about that. You just enjoy that bagel.
So that's one of the pieces that it didn't make me cry. It made it angered me. It angered me because, but you know the kind of person that I am. So you know, my first thought was, "Fuck them and that bagel." I pushed that bagel down his fucking throat, like, you know. But
That's why I love you.
but it's like, but stories and poems like that need to be heard because things like this happens far too often. Like far too often. Yes, Rare. It was definitely a gut punch. You know, so with writing that along with your other works, but especially that particular piece, what did that do for you mentally?
It was good. It was easy. I think. I don't know. I wrote this a little while ago. This is a middle pandemic. So I don't really remember that process, but when I wrote it, I knew it was special. I knew it was different. I actually wrote it. So during the pandemic, I helped start a now non-existent poetry school that was digital. It was a virtual poetry school called Poetics U. And this was actually a poem I wrote, I think, in my own class that I was teaching, which was justice. Because the whole thing was, how do you do, and it's something that I had started wondering because I was doing so much of it, how do you do this like protest work, this advocacy, this activism, and not sound rote? How do you do it differently? How do you come at this topic from a different angle that is not how everyone else does? Because you know, once someone dies, everybody writes the same poem. And we may write it a little different because we each have a different voice and style, but we all write the same poem. And so the charge for me, and I think the charge for my class, was to figure out a different avenue into this type of work. And so like just this class I taught was all about writing and advocating on behalf of something that you believed in. So it felt good to take this different avenue because people be like, that bagel tastes good. I could taste it. And like floor to ceiling window means you have means. If you were in a big city, even if you're not in a big city, but if you were in a big city, that means you have means. That means you downtown. That means you in the money area. And so, and like the view, like if you were in New York, you're looking across either the Hudson or the Manhattan River. Is it the Hudson? Whatever. You're looking at two different rivers on the sides of you, and then you're looking across at another place. And so that existing, sounds like paradise, and it makes people want to be there. But actually, not everyone can have that life anymore.
Man, well, I thank you. I don't know. I'm so glad that you didn't fight me on coming up here because that wasn't gonna work. You was just gonna waste your damn time. Like you was coming up here for that one.
I should have known it was a setup. I should have known it was a setup.
Yeah, when I had asked about authors and everything, I don't know why you felt like it wasn't gonna happen. You're on this show as the stage manager. You think you wasn't gonna? You know me well enough to know that shit wasn't gonna go down.
I've been on the show twice already, and it's a new show. I was trying to make space, but thank you for adding me in. And look at you.
I'm trying to find a fuck to give, and I don't see one. Like, oh,
you lucky. I love you. You're hilarious.
I love you too, best friend. All right, so we're gonna bring everybody back on stage real quick before we get up out of here. There's Pyro, there's beautiful Miss Lady, there is Adonis, there's G.E. Moore, and there she go, my midnight. Okay. So I want to say,
ask me how to get it because I didn't give that information. I
You
just
know
realized
what? You're absolutely right. Please tell everybody where they can find your book and where they can follow your pen.
you're ridiculous. DaraKalima.com is my website, so you can get all of my books there if you really want them. You can find me on I know, right? You can find me on that place that we're not supposed to go to that has the smile. You can get the stuff there. I have an author's page. And then the one that smiles on the box, you know what I'm talking about. And so you can also just go to find me on IG, find me anywhere. I literally am so lucky that my name is not common. So Dara Kalima, you will find me. Thanks. Now
Yeah, your name's not common at all. When I be trying to do like a talk to text, and then with my country ass dialect, when I say Dara, they always say Dora. And it's like, so just I have to go back and fix that shit. All right. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out for accepting the invitation to PenTellectual Conversations first Arthur Cypher. This will not be the last one. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Right there. If you would like to donate to PenTellectual Conversations, man, we're trying to do everything we can to get things popping for us. There is the Cash App for us. That's # PenTellectuals. So if you want to donate, man, make sure y'all send that right there. One more time, real quick. Tell everybody, start with Pyro. Where can they get your book?
That thing with the smile on your face. Ha. Amazon.
bet that up. GE Moore, we're gonna get the book. You gotta hit the button. You mute. See, this is the moment where I wish Poppy was on here, and I wish I had one of them things so she can get you with them mutated. I love
it. All right, there we go. But yeah. Go to my website, man. gemorethewriter.com. You can find links to all of my stuff. gemorethewriter.com.
No doubt. Quiet Storm.
I'm in that place with the smiley face as well. But you can find me at lucidvoices.org. You can find my books there too.
No doubt. Miss Lady.
You can get my book in the future this fall. And it will be in the, smiley face, and also on my website. You'll get the information. Thank you.
And Midnight.
You can find my book at the Mommy Readers Collection. That's T as in the, M as in Mommy, R as in Readers, C as in Collections, U as in United, S as in States.com /# ebook. And you can get it for free for a child that you love.
No doubt. But thank you all for coming out, man. I'm getting ready to do these closing church announcements.
I was last, but you didn't circle back to me again. I'm so confused. What's happening?
Because they're about to leave. You're not getting off the stage yet.
I will jump off the stage because I'm behind the scenes. So you can get my book, The Smiley Place. You can go to my website, Dara Kalima, if you are patient, because it takes me a few weeks to mail it out, but it'll be signed if you go to my website. So you can do that. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. Now you can go, Poor Cram.
I'm going to get my belt and I'm going to whoop your ass.
Yes, please.
Look at you. Okay.
Touchdown.
All right.
She might like that.
It's time for the PenTellectual Church announcements real quick. Before we go to these closing statements, man, I want to bring up one more time for Poppy's Poetry Corner tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Make sure y'all tune in right here on StreamYard or YouTube. She will be doing what she always do, and that's bringing the heat. If you don't know anything about this show, man, please get on it, man. This is where the energy is located. Also, Saturday, we have Sensual Saturdays hosted by the beautiful and incredible, the general herself, Miss J. Simone, with the spotlight artist being my big bro, Walking Erotica. And it will be featuring Mahogany Soul. Real quick side point about that, she's the only poet who has ever intimidated the fuck out of me. She has a different type of talent, man. You guys do not want to miss it. theme is sundresses and suspenders. I got to go get me some suspenders as soon as this show is over. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. Okay, so listen, before we part ways tonight, I want to leave everybody with something. You know, every word spoken, every note played, every story shared isn't just art. It's fuel. Fuel for the moments when life feels heavy, fuel for the days when silence feels louder than your spirit. So take this energy with you, carry it into your tomorrow, and remember, your voice matters, your presence matters, and your journey is far from finished. So keep writing, keep fighting, keep shining, because the world is waiting for the light that only you can bring. This is PenTellectual Conversations, where dope poetry, deep dialogue, and unapologetically real energy lives. And I want to thank you all for coming through. I want to thank our guests for sharing the space with me. Until we meet again, everybody, stay inspired, stay unshaken, stay unstoppable. I love you all. We out.
Thank you for vibing with us. We hope tonight's conversation inspired a creative spark in you. So go out and show the world who you really are. And we'll see you next time on PenTellectual Conversations.